All right, Transformers. Angelo Reynolds Sr. here live from the Transformers Academy. And so it's been a wonderful week. Those persons who've been following us all week, we say thank you for that. All the love you guys sent us as always. We welcome you guys and we say thank you again for following the Transformers Academy and this week's transformational vitamin of how to get your together. And so that topic, I'm sure, threw people to the left and to the right in terms of the acronym and putting those things together, because I'm sure you didn't expect that type of connotative language, I guess you will, to come out the way it did. And so I did it that way this week. My purpose this week was to make sure that I get your attention, that I say something to you that is striking, something that will make you think about the whole topic of getting your things together, because that's ultimately what it is. And so when I said how to get your together, I was hoping that you, and I'm hoping that you did, understood the importance of really getting things together. And that's this week what this broadcast has really been about, finding the common ground and finding your niche to get to the next place that you so desire. And I've talked all this week about finding your common ground, finding a place where you begin to reach some of those goals. You begin to attain some of that level of success, whatever you've sought after. You begin to come back after those setbacks. You begin to beat those challenges, overcome those obstacles. You begin to find your way into a lane where you feel comfortable enough to keep moving with some things that you've put down. Does that make sense? And so what I wanted to do, and hope that I was able to get through to many of you that sent comments, we say thank you for those things, because I think the vitality of understanding why you should get your together is just as important as it is for you to realize that you can make these things happen. And so I began on Sunday because I didn't know what your particular walks were in terms of your travel to entrepreneurship, maybe be starting to write a book, maybe opening up your own business, maybe starting, whatever it may have been, because we talked about things that may have been prohibiting you from gaining all access to those things that you wanted to do for so long, but you just haven't gotten your together. And so I'm hoping this week, you Transformers out there was able to at least put your mind in a place where you're at least cognizant and understanding that you have to do something. And so I talked about 4 particular universal, I call them universal excuses of why people stay in a rut, and why they find themselves not being able to get their together. Number 1 was their vision is distorted. And what do I mean by that? I talk candidly about the vision that you have to have, and that your vision has to be so clear that sometimes only you and you can actually see through that channel and see the ending result. I talked about making your vision clear by beginning with an ending in mind. That means setting forth a goal, but actually seeing yourself in that position. And so we talked about that. Number 2, I talked about you keep getting frustrated. That is like and these weren't necessarily in chronological order, but they are of importance in terms of sequential order for you. I said, people, number 2, you're frustrated. You get frustrated. And what happens with frustration, and sometimes frustration can be a good thing, but in many cases, it's a bad thing. And the reason why I say that is because when you become so frustrated and overwhelmed, you get discouraged. When you get discouraged, you give in. When you give in, you give up. When you give up, there's no progress. And so what I talk candidly about, finding a way to bring that frustration or turn that frustration into action, doing something that gets you less frustrated. If it's frustrating for you to communicate more, if it's frustrating for you to start working on that addiction. If it's frustrating to you because you feel like you're alone, you don't have a support system, finding the common ground and finding if there's any support at all to help you be more encouraged and less discouraged and frustrated. Number 3, I talked about stop starting and stopping stuff. Stop starting and then stopping. You know, you began to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop drugging, but then you picked it back up, you relapse. Or you began a weight loss program or healthy eating the beginning of the year, and now we're 4 months into the new year and you've fallen way off the wagon. You started writing that book and then you put it down. You began to kindle that relationship that was broken and you let it go. You began to write your blueprint to start your business, but you never went any further because obstacles and challenges and setbacks came your way, which are normal. These things cause people to stop and start. And so to relieve that and to do something about that, I says, start and never stop. That was the solution for that. Start and never stop. That means giving it all that you have and don't stop. The next time you start it, let nothing and no one stop you from getting to the top. Yeah, you say it's easier said than done? Baloney. Do it, do it, do it. And I guarantee you, once you begin, get your momentum going, I guarantee you that you can continue to move forward with that and make it happen. And the last thing, number 4, was get off your ass. That's just the way it is. Stop being lazy. Because you haven't been proactive, I call it laziness. You keep talking about the things that you should have done, that you would have done, and that you could have done, but then at the end of the day, you really didn't do anything. And it's called laziness. Well, you think that's harsh? It is what it is. Stop being lazy and get off your behind and be proactive and do something. Listen, when you do nothing, progress stops. You do nothing, you get nothing. You do something, you get something. Does that make sense? So I'm saying to you guys 4 things that I gave you. Go to YouTube, take a look at all this week's video topics and no postings because the content is there. And make sure that you go to our website at DrAngeloReynolds.com where you can find out. We want you to sign up for the Transformers Academy subscription there. You can send us a detail, an email, personalize it. We'll get right back to you. Find yourself navigating through the Transformers Academy. The books are there, Overcoming Obstacles, Beating the Odds, The Act of Change, and all the services that we offer there. You guys who've been following me, you know that the Transformation Academy is about evolving from one place to the next. And that is through the course of a personal or professional growth. That's career, health, relationships, spiritual, and education. All of which I believe is an evolving process of getting from one place to the next. So I hope you guys, and every Sunday we begin a new transformational vitamin of the week. We send the alerts out. We let you know what the topic is going to be for that week. And every day we come on with a live broadcast, making sure that what we talked about or introduced for the week, you have an opportunity to take notes, write those things down, and find yourself really reassessing where you are. If it fits you, I guarantee you it's something that you can follow for the entire week. We close out on Thursday. Tonight is Thursday night. We'll close out this week's vitamin. And I hope you guys have learned something, but more importantly, I hope that you begin to realign yourself and get yourself together and find a way to get your together. I'm Angelo Reynolds, Senior, that is, and this is the Transformers Academy. If you're on the air now, you have comments or questions, I like to entertain those things. If not, go to the website, DrAngeloReynolds.com. Look for this week's transformational vitamin that comes out on Sunday. And if you have a particular interest or specific thing that you want us to address in the Transformers Academy, just send that through the personalized email there at DrAngeloReynolds.com. Go to YouTube, take a look at the content for all this week. We hope, more importantly, you're less drive yourself and get those things that you want. Okay? Until Sunday, you be the best, you be blessed, but more important, you get your together. We'll see you there.